Hello and welcome to a special edition of the hashtag eNascar Heat on a mission top 50 prospects that I think, my personal opinion, deserve to have a chance of being drafted and showcasing their talents to a higher level. Obviously, with season one being done, some other seats are opening up. I still think some of the drivers that were unfortunate enough to get released still have a chance of getting redrafted again by other teams or possibly picked up by the same team. It was a rule implemented by the Pro League, the keep on drop on rule. But as you can see, the last week in the qualifiers here, we got the Daytona qualifier here. They finally turned the draft on, which has made it quite interesting because when you were on here on Wednesday night, I believe they started this, the fastest time was a 10:38, I believe. That's without the draft, and now we're running like 25 seconds faster than what we would have without the draft on. So definitely played things in a factor. As you can see, looks like right now the Outlaw group is dominating Daytona. As you can see, I'm in 12th there, right below a couple of guys I've been running with, but that's not the point. But anyhow, I will get started on this top 50. Like I said, this is my opinion. I'm going to start off by the 10 guys that stick out the most to me, that honestly are going to be in the Pro League. Some of them are already definitely going to be in the Pro League. Some of them haven't got released. But here is my top 5 I have in the game right now on the PlayStation 4 side. So I'm going to go over here and show you guys. Bear with me for a second. So we're going to start off with the man himself. We're going to make sure the Pro League symbol's on this car. There we go. We're going to start off with the first eNascar Heat inaugural PS4 side champion. I think Smoke Fan. He is definitely probably the fastest guy in the game. Just my personal opinion. He definitely has worked on his racing etiquette and has definitely been starting to put more and more races together. I got to give him the nod to be the best guy in the game. Pure speed, pure talent. I don't think there's any way this guy right here is not in the Pro League for Season 2. Yeah, so that's that is Outlaw's CEO that we're looking at right there. Smoke Fan 14B20, I believe is his whole gamer tag. So I'm going to go to the second guy on my list is this guy right there. You see that gamer tag right there? The Bear? Yeah, that guy. I would probably say he is probably one of the most well-known gamer tags in the game. There's no way he is not in the Pro League for Season 2. He's probably, honestly, I don't have word, but he will probably be in that 95 car for Season 2. I don't see why not. Final Four contender, raw speed. He might bully his way to the front, but honestly, it's just he's guaranteed to get you a top 5 about every race he's in. So I don't see there's any way he is not in the Pro League for Season 2. So we're going to go to this third guy here. You'll see him in this car, I believe. Actually, he's usually in the Liberty car. But you're looking for a guy named Scout Bonk. He's a Canadian. Probably, honestly, going to lock up a spot in the Season 2. But this guy is top 5 at every track on the leaderboard. It'd be a great story for a Canadian to get into the Pro League in an American event. But anyhow, this kid is pure raw speed. He could probably work on his racing setup-wise for later in the runs. I don't really know how good this guy is later in the runs, but I don't think there's any way this kid does not get drafted. The guy's talented enough to hold himself. The social media side, He's on there posting videos and clippings, so I don't see there's any way he's not in. So we're going to go to the next guy here. The fourth guy I got on my list that's top 5 in the game. Right here. Here's this man. If you guys remember watching the Roush Fenway Gaming group, a guy named Fluffy, Cody Giles, probably the most respectable kid that was in Season 1 around it all. The kid is really just incredible when it comes to speed, racing. He's just, the dude's going to be there at every racetrack. He's going to help people. He helps a lot of people as well. Like, there's no way this kid ain't going to be in the Pro League either. The kid, I don't know if he'll be returning to Roush Fenway, but he will be redrafted for Season 2. So we're going to go to the next guy, which will be my 5th place contender. Where is he at? So bear with me here for 1 second. Alright, so we're going to go to this guy that is in, going to be in Season 2 no matter what. I believe I have official word that he will be back in this 21 car, and I don't see why not. My 5th ranked guy in the game is Slade G84. Your first pick of last year's drafted. He was actually flown out to ISM Speedway, or Phoenix Raceway now, to be drafted. He honestly was top 5 in the stats in the Pro League. He was incredible. He represents spin. He's very, very liked by John Wood himself. He actually is I believe the CEO of Midnight at the moment, with a couple of those guys over there. You got Diesel and all them, Bags, Will, like they all consider themselves Midnight guys, but not the point. Yeah, so Slade is definitely going to be in Season 2. This kid's honestly going to be contending for the championship, I think, from Season 2, so with the new rule package and everything going along. So, yeah, keep your eyes on Slade. And then the 6th guy I've been seeing with the qualifiers going along, and the amount of time he's been putting in. He races in this car usually, this exact car right here. He's an outlaw guy. His name is Chiza. He's been putting a lot of time in with the outlaw group. I got to give credit where credit's due. His guy's definitely top 10 on the list. I probably could work on a little bit of the long run car, but honestly, with the speeds and the way he's been running and grinding on the lobbies and stuff, I don't see that there's no way this kid doesn't get drafted. The social media part, I don't know if he's on social media too much. I would be lying if I was saying so, but I look for this guy to be on a lot of draft radars, and I look for that possibly possibly be on the next race is coming up. I believe they're going to be taking the top 24 that they believe on their own pick. Yeah, so Chiza is my 6th guy ranked on the board. So we're going to go to the next guy, my 7th guy on the board. Trying to think of what car he usually in. I'm in a league with this kid. I'm going to go to the car he races in that league. This car right here. I saw him in the other day. So my 7th guy ranked on the list is Coke FN. This guy really came up on my radar. He's always in lobbies. He's grinding every day. He's fast. I believe I've seen him in the top 30 at every track so far, and he's been winning a lot of races online. And he is a giggity guy. Again, it's Coke FN. I believe he works with Noco. You guys ever heard of Noco Racing? I believe you have, probably. But yeah, he usually pilots this 00. I think he is going to have a chance of getting into the next races or the preseason tour for the Nascar Heat Pro League. So we'll go to my next guy here. I believe he's a midnight guy. He races the 48 car. He is Max Boost. Usually used to be known as Saab Max. This guy is definitely going to make the next set of races. This guy has been incredible. I think he's in the top 5 in points in Midnight, one of the more competitive leagues on the PS4 side. I believe he's honestly going to be probably contending for a title over there. Again, that's not where we're at with it at the moment, but we don't know about who they're going to pick, but I know this guy's active on social media. He wins a lot of races. He puts a lot of time into the game. Sorry about that, guys. I was looking at my phone real quick. But we'll go to my next guy here. This might be a bit shocking, but I believe this guy is a top 10 factor, possibly getting into the next races. I know I raced with this guy a little bit. His name's our Celtics fan. He is a Midnight guy, one of the originals from Midnight. He honestly, in the past 3 months, has really picked up his game. He's an on a mission guy. He's a giggity guy. He races in all 3 of the more premier leagues of the PS4 side. He's usually known in the 11 car. Last night, though, he changed to the 36. It's bright blue, he was calling himself. But yeah, I think this kid is going to have a bright future if he sticks with it with the esports claim. He's kind of like a Slade, really, to be honest. Young kid. Celtics is a little bit more quiet than Slade, but Celtics, I believe, could be the Slade of Season 1. Kind of get in and get his feet wet with the process. Like I said, I believe this kid is going to be considered. Maybe find his way into being in that Joe Gibbs PS4 spot. Previously, as Bags was in that spot. So my last person in my top 10 here, I believe he usually is in this car right here, but I'm not totally sure. His name is G. Sensi. Gerald Sensabaugh. He's a former Dallas Cowboy. I don't know if there's any way this guy doesn't make the next set of races just because of the following he has, and I don't want to use that to his thing or his advantage, but he's on social media. He is a little political, and he will let you know how he feels, so that might affect him, but the guy has been grinding day in and day out on these qualifiers, and honestly, the stats are going to show at the end of the day that this guy is well deserving for the preseason races. So we're going to get to my next guy here. He was actually in the Pro League, and I think he still is in this car, but Red 4424. He was for Germain Gaming. He puts a lot of help throughout the community. He does the Race 41 podcast with usually Dohar's on there. I've seen the Bear on there. He actually released his own top 30 or top 25 the other night, so you guys can go check that out. Like and subscribe his channel. He does a lot of post setups for this game and then the Tony Stewart's new Dirt game. That guy might be one of the more kind of fluffies in the community that help. I believe he is just with his following, and if I really don't know if he's still in the 13 car, I believe he is, so he will be more than likely a part of Season 2. So we're going to go to my next guy here. This is one of my dudes. The guy I have here is Jason Keffer. He is an original Midnight guy. He raced for the Pro League in the Junior Motorsports number 7 with Dohar. He was in the Final Four at ISM, or Phoenix Raceway. I think Jason has a strong shot of being redrafted. He's been grinding. He just transferred to On a Mission. He was actually On a Mission Season 1 champion. He just won last night in the On a Mission race. This guy's he was with the Air Force. He was very likable guy. He helps the community, posts tips on his Twitter. Go check him out. I believe this guy is probably, if not going to make the races, he will definitely be on the draft board just from his post experience in the Pro League in Season 1. Depending on if he gets picked up or not, I think there's a very high chance, but we will see. The next guy I got on my list, I'm just going to go to the car he ran in the Pro League. He's not in the Pro League anymore, but I don't know if... but yeah, he was known as Bags 475. This guy is an original Midnight guy. Actually, he's been racing On a Mission. He made the On a Mission Final Four last season. He was in, like I said, the first inaugural season of the Nascar Heat Pro League. He raced for Joe Gibbs. Very fast guy, very consistent. You'll most likely, if he's in your race, he'll be running around 5th up. He runs with Slade. He's pretty good friends with Slade. He's really good friends with New World Order, which New World really hasn't put any time into the Pro League qualifiers. But yeah, so I think Bags is going to have a good shot at possibly re-showcasing himself and maybe getting himself into the next races. I know he is a controller guy, but we will see if he switches to that wheel, and he will, I believe, automatically be on the draft board from his Season 1 experience. So we're going to go to this next guy here. I'm just going to go to the car I seen him running in the Pro League qualifiers. This guy is going to be named Flash 9. I do not know anything about this guy. Really, to be honest, this guy is a newcomer. I've seen him running a lot of lobbies, running in the top times of top 50, really. I do not know where this guy comes from, but again, this guy is Flash 9. So that brings me to my next guy. He's usually in this car, but it's your bro Chase. This kid is not draft eligible because of his age, but this guy he's actually a kid, but this kid right here will be considered probably in next year's draft. He's a go-kart racer in real life. He has affiliations with, I think it's Hermie Sattler, he said before, but yeah, this kid right here, he is, keep an eye on him, teams, whoever's watching this. Again, it's your bro Chase. Good, he builds his own setups. He's like 14, 15 years old. He'll definitely be a part of seasons to come. Keep an eye on him. So this next guy I have here, he runs this car in Midnight. BC Racer Kid. This is your first inaugural champion of the Midnight Broadcasting Network. Fast guy, really good strategist throughout the races. He was a top 50 driver last year. Fell up short of getting drafted. But yeah, this man right here, I believe I don't know how much he's been grinding in the qualifiers, but I believe he is going to have a pretty good chance of possibly making the preseason. I really don't know, but BC's a good dude, so really look into him. This next guy I have here is going to be the guy that runs in this car in the Midnight Broadcasting Network, Marcus E-Dub. This man right here is really came a long way. I believe he's been getting a lot of help from Fluffy, which help is necessary. Help really helps you showcase your talent, get better at building setups. Because I'm not gonna lie, I struggled with setups, so other people probably have, and they'd be lying if they didn't say so. I know there's other people that are setup junkies and they don't really know how to do it, which I gotta thank some of those guys that have been really teaching me along the way. But yeah, Marcus E-Dub, I believe, is going to be on the top 50, top 30-ish board, top 40, whatever. But yeah, really tune into a midnight race to get to know him, because I don't think he's been really grinding the qualifiers as much as he should have. But I will list him on my top 50 because he can race. So we're gonna go to my next guy here. Really don't know what car this guy really runs, and I run with him quite a bit. I really don't know what car he runs in, but we're gonna just go with. We're just gonna go pick one. We're gonna pick my custom car because I really don't know. But this guy was known for a really bad thing on NASCAR Heat 3. A lot of people refer to him as this, but on this game, man, and when he wants to put his mind to it, Hunty Wild. This man is really fast when he puts his mind to it and puts effort in. He's been really grinding these qualifiers, and I don't know how his social media side is in presence against things, but I look for this kid to possibly be considered. I don't know, though, because of his social media side. On speed, yes. Social media side, I don't know. Again, that was Hunty Wild. I'm going to go with my next guy here. Again, guys, right now, this isn't in order. My top 10 was set of who I think. The rest here, I'm not in order. So, don't get offended if you're not listed, like, in the next. You're not, what I'm doing now, you're not, like, 15, 16, 17th. It's just spread out here. You make the top 50 of, I consider, to where you should be. The guys I list on this list are the guys that I think are in a tier of their own. Again, this is my opinion. So, actually, everyone I list on the list could run in a top league in this process. But again, so we're gonna go to this next guy. I believe he runs this car in Outlaw. Dagger Racing. He honestly, in the first showcase races in Season 1 before the draft happened, was probably arguably the best statistic preseason driver of last year. I know he got a little mad and kind of showed a little bit of frustration, but this man really grinded last season. He grinded again this season. He's an Outlaw guy. Obviously, the Outlaw guys are going to bring a lot of speed. I believe he's going to be considered for the top 24 if his social media of what he's done before hasn't affected him. Again, Dagger Racing, he's fast, he can race, one of Smoke's dudes. Again, Dagger Racing. Alright, so we're going to go to this next guy here. We're going to go to, I believe his name, or the car he runs, is this one right I just went through it. Bear with me, guys. Right here. I know I've already showed this car once with Marcus Eda, but this next guy I'm about to say is K Taddy. He is the CEO of the Giggity Racing League. This guy's got lots of league experience. He might not be a blazer on the times. I mean, he's about top 60 on the times every week, top 70-ish. What times don't matter, I believe, this year. He's going to be about a mid-pack guy in most occasions. But he has some tracks where he can run top 3. Taddy is really improved. This is one of the guys that I took in personally, and from when I was in Midnight, I brought him up and really helped him with the Heat 3 setups. Heat 4, this guy really stepped up. He has one of the more premier leagues in the Giggity Racing League. He has his own great dudes over there. Sorry about that. He's actually racing it on a mission now. He can race around about anyone. So yeah, look into K Taddy. And again, go look up the Giggity Racing League. I know they're always bringing people in. He's the owner, so his gamer tag is K Taddy. I think it's _ GRL69 or something. I think it's his gamer tag. Yeah, add him or look him up as Kevin Tattersall if you're looking to join the Giggity Racing League. All right, so we're gonna go to my next person here. I know this guy right here always races in this car in Midnight. C. Workman. Really fast dude. Honestly, I believe he's in the top 5 in points as well in Midnight. Puts a lot of time and effort into that Tuesday night league. I think is going to be really considered into the next preseason races. I don't see a reason why not. I know that he puts a lot of time into these setups. I think I've seen him a lot in the qualifiers, and I know he posts a lot on social media. So I really consider this man right here to be considered into the next process of this. So again, that was C. Workman. This next guy I'm going to be putting on the list, he's a guy that really nobody's probably heard of. I mean, you might think I'm a little biased here. I mean, but I'm around this guy quite a bit as of recently. And I know he's grinding a lot of qualifiers and stuff. I don't really know what car. I think I've seen him in this car before. His name is Aaron Tyler. This guy right here, I don't think I would put him in my top 40, but I would put him in my top 50. He is a new guy in the community that is really starting to grind custom setups more and more often. He, I believe, is going to be running in my Xfinity series and on a mission. You will see a lot more of this guy. I don't know about this season, but in seasons to come, I believe he's getting ready to become a dad. But yeah, he is grinding a lot on these qualifiers. Again, Aaron Tyler, I think his numbers on his game is like Aaron Tyler 17. But yeah, look into him. Keep an eye out for him. That man right there is possibly going to be looking to come up through the ranks. So this next guy I'm about to put on this list, runs this car in the Outlaw Racing Station, Bulldog. Bulldog is definitely a top 30 guy on speed at about every track, top 20 to be honest. Could work on the racing a little bit, but I think that this guy has a strong case on making the preseason races in Season 2. He's one of Smoke's dudes. Again, if you're under Smoke, man, you're gonna be flying. That guy, those guys create some banger setups. But Bulldog is a guy that can build his own setup. Honestly, he might find his way into being in the JTG. I believe they're one of the teams looking for a PS4 guy. I know his mom is very, very supportive throughout this process with him, and I know Bulldog is doing well on social media and holding himself to a more professional level. Really, when I first met this guy, till now, it's basically like a night and day. Pretty impressed with the progress he's made and to hold himself as a professional. Again, that's Bulldog 46 Matthew Selby. Look into him. I believe he's really going to be looked into. So we're going to go to my next guy. I've been seeing him in this car a lot. I know he's a Harvick fan, but Slider 43. Slider is was a part of the Homestead Championship finale back on Heat 3 when FedEx won. Slider was one of the first guys in the Heat when Heat started doing this after reward system. Slider was a part of that. Slider's top 50. I know he's grinding a lot. I know he has to be on a controller, unfortunately, of past issues. But this guy, he can race in about any league. He can compete. I don't know what league he's a part of at the moment. But look for Slider 43. I believe I don't know if he'll make the races, but I know he's top 50. Look into him. I know a lot of people know him throughout the community. This next guy I'm about to announce, he's always in this car. From the back, Will Mosley. This guy's another top 50 guy. He can race in about any league. He's an on a mission regular. I know he's a midnight regular. He's fast. He can build his own subs. He was part of the crew, the Junior Motorsports crew with Keffer, getting that car dialed in for those Pro League setups. I respect this guy an awful lot. He really helped with On a Mission. Might be a little biased here, but this guy definitely makes my top 50. I don't know if he'll get drafted. I don't know if he wants to get drafted. I know he's putting in a little bit of time into the qualifiers, but he's more for the community than anything. So look into From the Back, Will Mosley on Facebook. He's in this car for the season for On a Mission. He was running in the top 6-5 last night. Go watch that race as well. Yeah, so we're gonna go on to this next guy here. I'm gonna go to my custom car because I don't know what car this guy's in, but MJO 1803. I believe that's Mato. I believe that's his his name on Twitter. I've seen him on Twitter a couple times. I believe he has a Buffalo Bills profile picture. I don't know much about this guy other than he was in the Midnight Broadcasting Network for about, I don't know. I think he was in the Truck Series for a little bit. But really been seeing a lot from this guy with the qualifiers, and pretty impressive. I have no problem racing around this guy online. Again, I don't know if he'll make it in the top 24, but I know that this man is top 50 for sure. Look into him leagues. I don't think he's in a league. I think this guy could be a definitely good asset to a Cup Series. So we're going to go to my next guy here. Bear with me, guys. I'm marking these off. So the next guy I'm going to say here is a very fast PlayStation guy. Putting in a lot of time to the qualifiers. I always see him in this car in the Cup Series. DWH, known as Devin Hargett. He races in the Midnight Broadcast Network. I know he's trying to transfer over to iRacing, but the guy is fast. He's very consistent. This guy is one of my original OG dudes that I have a lot of respect for. Look him up, DWH. He's really consistent. He'll run about mid-pack. He can lead laps. He's pretty good with strategy. He gets a lot of bad luck on his side. But go give him a follow, Devin Hargett on. A lot of people call him Poopy Knee, but I know that his new stuff is a rip in the fence. Look into him. This guy is definitely going to probably be considered into the next races, but I don't know. But this guy is a top 30, 35-ish in the game. Can race around anyone. We're going to go to my next guy here. I'm just going to do this car because I know of him and being literally in this paint scheme with another number on it. But Diesel Rothgeb, known as Pennzoil 2 in the last season 1 of the Pro League. Go give him a follow on Twitter. His name's Corey Rothgeb. I believe he's getting ready to become a dad as well. Good dude. Was a dude that really came on strong in the end of the last season qualifiers. Diesel Pals used to be his gamer tag. But I know that I believe he is not on Penske anymore, but I'm not totally sure on that. But I think he is, just based on his social media presence, the way he holds himself professionally, and the way that he was already season 1 vet in the Pro League. I believe he's going to be considered to be redrafted by, might not be Penske, but I believe he will be redrafted by another team. This guy has built long run cars. I believe one of his sayings on his tweet that I just saw a couple weeks ago is, "I build race cars, not train cars," or something. It's pretty funny, which is facts. But yeah, this guy can build his own cars. I know he works He works hard with Big D Destroyer. It's another guy that flirts with the top 50. But I don't believe he's putting a lot of time in his qualifiers. But yeah, that is Diesel Rothgeb. Go give him a follow, Corey Rothgeb on Twitter. This next guy I'm going to talk about here, I'm going to go to the car I usually see him in. Alright, right here. Alright, Deadpool. He's a top 50 guy on the game, on PlayStation side, I believe. He's put a lot of time and effort into starting to build setups. He really works hard with Fluffy. I know he has very good friends with Pro Ripper. He has his own little group. He races in a lot of different leagues. I don't know if he will get drafted, but I don't know if he'll make the top 24, because the top 24 is going to be very, very tight. If this guy was on Xbox, maybe he makes top 24, but the top 24 on PlayStation, man, like, you can look at the whole top 100 and, like, any team can take anyone. Like, but again, yeah, Deadpool is definitely top 50. I know a lot of people say a lot of stuff about this guy, but I never had an issue with him. Very fast dude. Puts a lot of time, like I said, into the setup work, and we're going to see what happens with this guy's future. I believe possibly big things, but hopefully we get it figured out. Alright, so this next guy I'm going to go to, this is probably going to shock a lot of people, but I'm around this guy quite a bit. Trying to see what car I've seen him in last. His name is Redleg Racing. This guy, I wouldn't, if it was about a month ago, I probably wouldn't have ranked him in the top 50. I'm going to rank him in the top 50 now, just based on the hard work and dedication he's had towards these qualifiers. And I've noticed that he's trying to get better. I believe he'd probably agree he wasn't top 50 about a month ago, but he probably agrees now that he deserves top 50 appreciation. He's pretty, I'm not going to say he's the fastest, but he can race around people. He's actually, as gamertag speaks for it all, he's an ex-Red Leg, 767, but I believe he's racing a lot with Deadpool and those guys over there. I think a couple of them are helping him with setups. I look for a lot for this guy. I don't think he'll make the top 24, but he is definitely top 50 in the game. Flirts around top 50. I won't say definitely top 50. Flirts around top 50. Alright, so this next guy I'm going to mention is a guy that is a really good guy that really got snubbed out of last year. He's really known for his stint of racing in this 88 car. I know he really didn't race in it a lot in this game, and I don't know how much time he's really put into this qualifying thing, but Pat's Ace 1. Pat's Ace 1 is really one of those guys that is a hell of a dude if you get to know him. He'll do about anything for the community. He's pretty, I see him there commenting a laughing face, old midget boy in the chat. But yeah, he's really coming strong in the On a Mission group. Definitely gonna probably be considered in the top 24, I would probably say, for just racing purposes. Social media, holds himself professional. He's a father of a girl, just like myself. Yeah, keep an eye on Pat's Ace 1. Definitely, he's actually in the Pro League probably for the shortest stint of time last season. So hopefully he can keep himself in it a little bit longer this season. So we're going to go to my next guy here. This guy right here definitely came on strong. J-Mons, Justin Mons, if you look him up on Twitter. He races this car in the Midnight Broadcasting Network. I know a lot of people kind of give this guy a little bit of crap, but pretty fast guy. He helped with the JRM crew in the Pro League Season 1. He was part of that. I believe he's going to have a chance to make the preseason races. I'm not totally sure, though. I know he puts a lot of time and effort. I know he's a father himself. I look for this guy to be considered into the preseason races. So I'm going to bring me to my next guy here. These next guys, I got to be honest, some of these guys I don't know much about, but a couple of them I do. So this next guy, actually, I'm going to do this guy because I know he was in the Pro League. Alright, so we're going to go to this car right here. So this car right here was drove by Mike RPM in Season 1. I believe Mike RPM, I'm not sure if he got released or not, but I believe he is going to have a chance of being redrafted. I know he's grinding a lot with the Bear and the Outsider Chassis group, which is a group created with Red and all them, but This guy right here, he's pretty fast. He's improved a hell of a lot on the game. Uh, he was a guy that really came on strong in the Heat 3 and was an original impact guy with us, but he switched to, I think he's the original Venom guy now, and he races at Midnight, all those cool leagues. But yeah, so I look for Mike to have a chance to be part of the next season. This next guy here I'm going to talk about is another Canadian. I believe he's usually in this car, which is kind of ironic because Scout runs this car too. But Timac. Timac is another fast dude who really putting a lot of time in. He is the owner of Nascar. I believe that's the league he's in. I could be wrong. I think his name is Tyler McCurder. Probably said that right. But it's another Canadian that could find his way into the preseason races just based off of the way that he holds himself professionally on social media, the way he puts in the grind every day. Timac is going to be considered. The only problem with Timac is sometimes his internet is a little goofy, but I believe that they could get that figured out for him. But yeah, so the preseason races, I believe, is a possibility for Timac. I think the other Canadian, Scout Bunk, is definitely going to be in them, but I think Timac's flirting with them. But we'll see. I believe that will probably be selected within the next few weeks, so who knows. So good thing, again, that is Timac. Alright, so this next person here just joined on a mission. We're going to go to the car he's running in on a mission. Right here is the car he runs in on a mission. Let me find that Nascar Heat. Titans 312. This guy, to be honest, dude, before Heat 4, I didn't even know this man. It's kind of just a newcomer of the leagues. This man right here is going to be considered, I think, in the top. I would probably list him top 40-ish. Speed-wise, top 30, top 35-ish. We're going to see, though. I don't want to say that the top 24 is a long shot for him because, like I said, top 100, man, I think anyone in that top 100 range in speed is capable of being drafted. But we'll see what happens with Titans. Sometimes on social media, I don't know about him on social media, but the kid's down on himself sometimes, so hopefully more positive things in the future. We're going to help him out, and I know he can build his own setups, which is a plus. I don't see any problem, though, with Titans possibly representing a team in the Pro League. But, yeah. So this next guy I'm going to talk about is probably going to be yet another kind of shocker. I mean, a lot of people might not know him, but he races on a mission. Like, again, you can say I'm biased, but this man right here, Chi-Town Racing. Used to be known as X-Intimidator, but he had to change that due to reasons of why he was being accused of somebody else's mistakes. But yeah, Chi-Town is a fast guy. He really puts a lot of time and effort into setups, really flirts with gears. He's known as the gearbox. Changing gears and exchanging tears, baby. That's his way of going about it. But this man, he's been one of my original dudes. He's about top 70 in every board. He's about another guy like Redleg. He's a little bit faster than Redleg at most. Another guy around the top 40, top 45, but he can be top 30 in speed at some tracks. But we're going to go to this next person here. This guy is going to shock a lot of people. A lot of people aren't going to expect this name on the board, but I'm going to tell you right now, this guy right here has really impressed me. His name is Wicked Gatekeeper. He's a Giggity original. He also races an on a mission now. To be honest, I didn't even think this guy was considered top 100. But as of late, from the way I've seen him hold himself on social media, designing stuff, he's got the social media. He races really good on the racetrack. He's respectable. I think this guy has really made a case for himself to be top 50 in the game. No crap. He's one of K-Taddy's dudes. Very glad I got to meet this man. He's really holding himself to a standard to where most people would give up. But Wicked Gatekeeper, again, good job. Alright, so this next guy I'm going to talk about is another guy that is really fast on this game. I believe he runs this car most of the time. This guy's another Giggity original. Noco Racing. Noco is a guy that was in the top 50 last year. He's very fast. Won 2 titles in Giggity. He was one of the midnight regulars in Cup before, but we went through some things. This guy, I think, is really close with Wicked and Taddy. He used to be pretty close with me. We don't really talk much anymore, but he is definitely top 50 in the game. Top 30 on speed easily. But we're going to say that I think Noco's got a good shot at being in the next races. A little bit better shot than some of the guys I've named. But like I said again and again and again, everybody in the top 100, even if you don't make this list, don't get butthurt, because like I said, this is my opinion. You guys just come along and get excited to see if you make the list. I got some names coming up after here with Noco that are going to be names that really I don't know much about. So bear with me in these next few. This next guy I'm about to announce actually is in this car right here. Evil OGR 48. I think his name's Derek on Facebook. Derek Mamerchi. I probably said that right. Don't kill me knowing that I said that wrong. But yeah, so this guy right here is a very fast guy. He's an Outlaw original. I believe he was in the top 50 last season. I believe he's top 50 this season. He's going to be top 50 this season just based on times. I believe he's like P3 or P4 on the board right now at Daytona. He's been like top 30 on the board at every track. So yeah, I'd probably list this guy top 40 in the game. Definitely going to have a chance to make the next races. I don't know much about this guy on social media though. But definitely going to be in the next set of races, or not in the next set of races, into the top 50. But yeah, so we're gonna go to this next guy. I believe I've seen him in this car. He races in the Outlaw Racing Station. It's Jason A. This guy is one of the Outlaw originals. He's very fast, honestly, like top 20 on the board every time. Don't know how much racing he's doing, but this guy right here is definitely probably going to make the next races, just based on the way he's speed and like the way he races an Outlaw and stuff like that. So yeah, look for It's Jason A. I don't know how this guy is on social media, but I don't know if it's gonna hurt him too much with he's an outlaw guy, just like Bulldog, Dagger, Smoke, Cheese, G-Sensi. Like, those guys are all boys. So again, that gets me to this next guy I'm about to talk about. He's another outlaw guy. I believe he runs this car. Beast of Asgard. This guy is one of the fastest dudes on this game. He's top 10 in speed everywhere he goes. He's another one of Smoke's dudes, like I mentioned. I don't see this guy too much on social media. I don't know if that's going to hurt him, but I believe this guy is going to be, has a strong case of being in the top 24, if not a lock for the top 24. Like I said, Beast of Asgard. Yeah, Beast of Asgard. So we're gonna go to this next guy here. He runs, this is his favorite driver. His name is Blue Jimmy Fan. He's a streamer. He's really put a lot of time and effort into getting into this next round. I don't know if he'll make the top 24, but this man has really made a consideration to get his name out there and possibly be in there in future races. Don't give up, Blue Jimmy. I know you really want this, but don't be discouraged. I think you have a case of being in the top 24, but just keep grinding, man. Again, that is Blue Jimmy. Definitely a top 50 guy in the game. Alright, so this next guy I'm going to speak about, I don't know what number he usually races on this game, so I'm going to go to my custom. Jake the Snake. I raced a lot with this guy on Heat 3. I know he's putting in a lot of time on a lot of time and effort on this game as well. I think his name's Jake Reeves, if I'm not mistaken. I don't want to get that wrong. He definitely is going to be a part of the top 50. I don't know if he'll make the top 24, but he's one of those guys that flirt around the 40, 50 range as well. But don't give up. Keep grinding. Your name's out there. I mean, everybody sees your name. Jake the Snake, they know who you are. Yeah, so we're going to go to this next guy here. This guy right here is one of my dudes as well. I might be a little biased, but he runs this car right here. His name is I'm Goofy, known as Bobby Saab. Nobody really knows this guy. He's very, very fast, very funny dude. I would put him around the 50 mark, maybe 60 mark. But we're going to say that this guy definitely, I don't think he'll make the top 24. I don't think he thinks he'll make the top 24, but this guy is starting to get his name into the custom setup world, and I am going to say that this guy could run in any league that you put him in. He's had a lot of bad luck, but again, look up I'm Goofy, Bobby Saab, again, Goofy. So we're gonna go to this next person here. He raced for this team in the Nascar Heat Pro League. Nick Jobs. Nick Jobs was the Hendrick Esports driver for Season 1. I'm not sure if he got released or not. I don't think he did. But I think this guy will definitely probably be a part of Season 2. I haven't seen him much in the qualifiers, but I don't really think he has to do the qualifiers as much. So, yeah, look out for Jobs. Pretty hard not to put him in my top 50. But, yeah, I'm going to put Jobs there. And then I got my last 3 people here. Yeah, 3 people. 4 people. I'm gonna go to this guy right here. Don't know what number he is, so I'm just gonna go and back to my custom car. Brewster, alright. A lot of people see this name lingering throughout. I don't know much about this guy, so I'm not really going to stay on him too much. But Brewster makes my top 50. I would say he's probably top 35 on speed. I know I say that about a lot of people, but this guy, I don't know what group he runs with. I'm pretty sure he runs with Outlaw, but I could be wrong. But yeah, Brewster's definitely going to be a name in the future. Yeah, so we're going to go to our next guy, because I don't know much about that guy. I'm going to go to this guy's favorite race car driver, because I know he likes this guy. So, who dat Saints? Saints is a guy who really was fast on Heat 3, really fast on Heat 4 again, top 80. I believe I've seen him a lot of things. Probably racing a lot. I think his name's Kevin Dinovich on Twitter. So if you want to give him a follow, go for it. We're gonna go to our next one. This is gonna be we're in our final 2. He runs this car right here. His name is Hangman24. Hangman definitely makes my top 50. I'd probably say he's top 30 to be honest. The guy's been fast. He was our original dude, I think, at the Elite Racing League, which is a default league, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, he's definitely gonna have a chance at the top 24. But who knows? Yeah, so then we're going to go to our last guy here, which I would be wrong if I didn't say this, because like I feel like I got to say this to kind of help myself in my own video. But I'm not doing this to make myself sound any better, but AjstormX2 of myself, I figured I'd say myself last because for respect matter. But yeah, not going to really say too much about myself, but I've been in the top 40 pretty much in every qualifier this round, or this season. I was in the top 50 last year, but we're not really going to say too much. And yeah, I got my my BK on the screen, my favorite driver for about 10 years, ever since he was in the 88 Navy car and Xfinity Series. So yeah, so that's pretty much gonna do my top 50. We're gonna go take a look at the leaderboard one more time for Daytona. As you can see, I'm sitting P12. Yeah, the Outlaw Nation is still dominating. I think we're gonna get a group here together here in about 10-15 minutes to possibly go get that thing. Again, thanks for joining. I know if you didn't make the list, don't be mad. Like I said, it was my opinion. You can yell at me, you can text me and call me a jerk, whatever, but like I said, also, if you want to become a part of the On a Mission Racing League, let me know, and I will get you a part of it. So, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you made the list. If you didn't, race teams, like I said, keep an eye on that top 100. Never know whose name's going to be called. So, thank you. AJ out.